Come on, focus. Focus. Hold on. It's going to focus. Nope. There it goes. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. Camera decided to just like go out of focus all of a sudden. So, yeah, doing a late night stream. Hold on. I'm going to do something real quick. There we go. What's up, everybody? Doing a late night stream tonight. I watched about 6 hours of the Pro Tour. There was 8 hours total. Trying, back into playing competitive Magic and other stuff. So I'm really looking into what's going on with Standard and paying attention to some of the decks that are coming through. It's been pretty interesting seeing the diversity of the field and everything. So I'm going to be watching a little bit of this. If you guys want to hang out, and I'll commentate and stuff here. I am going to try to do a top 8 commentary from the first match to the finals on Sunday. I do have to work Sunday, so hopefully I can get home in time and get that done, get that up and going. And so I just want to show you guys, I went to Costco tonight and I picked up one of these today for $30, actually $25 after taxes, everything comes out to like 30. But yeah, super sweet deal. They were running for like 45, $50, depending on where you lived and where you were getting them at. So that was cool. But anyways, let's right now the match that I left off when we went to go do some like errands and stuff was Shuta and Yasuka and Nathaniel Perigo. And it was an interesting matchup because it's not your typical like Gruul prowess, which has been playing heavily. So let me just open it up here so you guys can see. But yeah, when I left off, Yasuka took game 1, and he's on like a blue-white. He's on the blue-white Oculus deck where you basically helping hand or recommission back abhorrent Oculus. Or High Vision, or some really good creature to finish out the game. And then Nathaniel is on this Teamer Prowess, which is more like a combo prowess rather than the Gruul Prowess, where it's just like flashing you in the super quickly. This one is more of comboing off with Valley Flood Caller and Enduring Vitality to make a ton of mana and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's super sweet. I like both decks. So let's just go ahead and get into it here. So yeah, they're in game 2, sideboarded and everything. So we'll see. I like how Ghost Hacking is being played. If you haven't seen one of my videos, I actually talked about how Ghost Hacking was going to make an impact into Standard. And I figured it would be more of like a sideboard type card, and it's seen a lot of sideboard play in this tournament. So I've been kind of like going back with a bunch of stuff. I've been watching the Pro Tour. Today was the World Series, and my team's in it. I'm a Dodger fan. I know some of you are probably going to unsub now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's been a wild day of running errands, watching different things going on, work, and just it's been a crazy Friday. It's been a fun one at the most of it all. So I actually didn't get to finish watching the Dodger game. I was actually in the process of doing other things. It looks like we won. Yes, 6-3. Last time I looked, the Yankees were up 2-1. So I'm just glad that they pulled that out. It's always important to win game 1. So just like in Magic, it's important to win game 1. That way you have that edge going into finishing the match. So I don't know if you guys can actually hear the sound. Let me see here. Let me pull it up. I don't even know if you can hear me because nobody's even talking. Anyways, I'm just going to check real quick here. Let's see here. Don't know why this is taking so long. Here we go. Okay, cool. I like how it doesn't have their audio. So this is kind of also a test for when I get into Sunday and, do this whole commentary Sunday. So it was really interesting. Like game one, he decided I've done this before, which I thought was really cool. He decided not to play a land on the draw, so that he had 8 cards, so he could discard a Hadi Djinn, and then the next turn he played his land and brought the Hadi Djinn back with a helping hand. Like it was actually pretty funny, and he still won the game, even missing a turn one land drop. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I know a lot of you have probably already watched this, or maybe you're in Vegas and you got to see all this live. Super jealous. I wish I was there this year, but I'm not. I went last year, and I'm currently working my way back into grinding back into the circuit. So as you can see here, he's trying to set up the combo, and what they do is he makes mana, untaps, and if you have multiple features, like what they play is Storm Chaser's talent, and make a bunch of otters. So when you cast a spell that costs 1 mana and you've got 2 otters in play, you're netting a mana. If you've got 3 otters in play, you're netting 2 mana. So it's all about playing these cheap spells to make a ton of mana and get all these prowess triggers so you can keep going through the deck and keep digging and keep casting all these low cost spells to be able to pump up all your dudes and then just kill them in a one shot. There it is. Okay, here's count. Yep. And yeah, no, he's definitely got to figure out a way to deal with. And that's the thing with this deck. If you deal with one piece, you still have a lot of other pieces. Like if he deals with the vitality, it just comes back. You can keep doing it anyways. So you got to get rid of the flood collar. If you get rid of the flood collar, we still got a lot of creatures to make mana and do things. So, and then with Storm Chaser's talent, you can activate it to get a spell back, so you can cast more spells. Like it's a really good deck. I like it. The Haughty Djinn. Haughty Djinn's a really good card. I feel like a lot of people like have a sour taste in their mouth with that card because of mono blue. And so because of that, a lot of people like tend to like this like what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like just shrug it off as like it's only playable in mono blue, but it's actually playable in. I played it in the blue red storm deck I created for standard. It's really strong in this deck. It's in those like very spell heavy archetypes is where it's really good. So basically, blue black, blue red, blue green, blue white, anything that will utilize that, it'll do really well. And it can close out the game really, really quickly. See, there's flood color again. I like this deck too because it's a lot about like figuring out because there's so many intricate lines of plays. And it is a linear strategy, but to get the strategy online takes a lot of different lines of play to figure out where to find the piece, what I should be doing on certain turns, things like that. Yeah, because I got soul partitioned. I had to pay 3 for it. Yeah, that oof, that's a huge, huge whiff on picklock for trying to get instances in there. Another picklock. Okay, there's a soul partition, that's pretty good, but it only puts 1 in the bin. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I think it's a 6-4? This reminds me of a little bit of playing like Delver, Blue White Delver back in the day, where you're very cheap spells, very quick, grinding it out, and then you just close out the game. And that's the other thing about Hadi Dijin that's really good is putting that it reduces the cost of your instant sorceries by 1, so you can cast a lot of spells in the turn to really pump up Hadi Dijin. Oh, that's another whiff. Took the land, put that on. I think I would have. Unless has he played a land? I don't think he's played a land, so maybe he took the land so he could play a land. Yeah, yeah. That's another card that's really good. It's founding the third path. Like a lot of cheap spells utilize that, and then you can spell for 4 cards. Hopefully, get uh, 4 instant sorceries in the bin. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa. Wow. So it's a 10-4 now. 10-4, good buddy. Here we go. So that just halved his opponent. And now his opponent has to really figure some stuff out. I think what he's going to do is probably activate Storm Chaser's talent to get back the that spell that can bounce one of his things and one of his opponent's things. So obviously he's going to bounce the Hydrogen, and he's probably going to bounce the Storm Chaser's talent to get another otter and then be able to buy it back again. And you just keep doing that over and over and over and over to keep buying back that spell to keep that Hadi Dijon on lock. If you target your own stuff, it ends up costing 3 less. So it's basically like a runway together. Yeah. See, all right. He's bouncing Storm Chase talent. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to bounce the Hadi Dijon. Hey, what's up, TCG, dude? Saw you were having lots of fun over there in Vegas. That's good, man. Next year I'll be there. But yeah, like I said, so he this is the Hadi Dijon. And basically, that puts he can do that every turn. He's got enough mana to just keep walking down Hadi Djinn. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I watched like the first like 6 hours while I was at work. I was like just kind of had my headphones in, listening and watching here and there. And then I got home and watched some more, and then I had to go out and run errands and stuff. So I'm kind of finishing up so I can get, I'm researching the format, learning what's good in standard, what's not. When I start trying to grind RCQs again and all that, I know what to be on the lookout for. Song. That's a good one. That's definitely going to close the game out if, yeah, unless Shuda can grab a counter spell here. Yeah, no, I'm super super jelly. I don't get to meet everybody like out there with Cosmic and Zombie and DJ and all. I really wish I could have went this year, but I'm definitely making some plans and um, you know, gonna be start. I'm gonna start a Vegas fund. Basically, just start putting money away and be ready to go next year. So, um, and I might actually take the family with me next year. I don't see Shuda really getting out of this. I don't think this deck plays a ton of counter spells except for maybe like Phantom Interference. But even then, like that's not gonna unless he taps out for the Phantom, but there's no reason to because let's see, he needs 5 to get in. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5 creatures, and he's got 2, 3 to block. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can tap it for 5, have 1 mana up. He plays a land. There you go. Yeah, tap it for 5 and bash with everything, and you dodge the Phantom Interference because it makes it cost 2 more to cast. Mythic Party at House of Blues, get ready to go there. Nice, dude. Yeah, I ran into the crew except DJ for a quick smoke break. Yeah. Hey, when I went last year, I was pretty much solo. Like I wasn't in a lot of the channels like on Discord and YouTube and some of the other like groups and stuff. I didn't know a lot of the people back then. So I pretty much did my own thing. I've done that a lot throughout my life. If I want to go somewhere, I'm gonna go. So I get it, bro. Like sometimes that's like the best. It's almost like having a date with yourself and just going and hanging out and just fucking having a blast. Yeah, yeah, I was definitely not gonna win that game. So let's see. Going into game 3, Oculus on the play, I think has a better chance than on the draw. Um, Especially if it can get an Oculus out early somehow, like maybe try the course and then drop it next turn. But I don't think he has that. He has a chart the course and founding the third path, but no a helping hand, but no Oculus or Hadi Djinn. So he really needs some help here. Oh yeah, I'm like, why is that? Yeah, Surveil. Yeah, Surveil's the thing. All right, he's got the smoke chaser. Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't think he's watching, so you're good. You're sick. It's too late for him. The geriatric ward is in bed already. I'm just playing. There. Okay, so he drew into the Oculus, so definitely coming down turn 3 here, which is perfect. And all his opponent has is Bushwhack. Nice. Red Black Goblins. Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good rest of your night, and I'm covering top 8 on Sunday if you wanna stop by and see that. I'm gonna be doing that all day, so, and then tomorrow, I've got a busy schedule, I don't know. I'm gonna try to stream early in the morning, but I don't know, we'll see. Hottie Hottie, double phantom interference. Interesting. What in tarnation vista? They went for the haughty Dijon. He bounced it. Yep, it does with the cost reduction because it's when you cast it, not when it resolves. So since he already cast it onto the stack, it's already on the stack, so he only has to pay 1 for it. There we go. So he's got the 3rd land, so he can recast Haughty Dijon. And I don't think his opponent really has too much. He can get out there pretty quick. That's what I'm saying. This on the play is a much better chance of winning than on the draw. He's got triple soul partition in his hand. So it's like what he's gonna play what? Flood Caller, bounce it, play Flood Caller, bounce that one, play Thunder Trap, bounce that one, and then all of them cost 4 to 5 mana. Like that's brutal. Yep, recasting that is pretty good. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. No, I really like this blue white deck. Really strong. Um, there's a Soul's Partition. That's a good play there. And then Manifest Dread is just so good. Yeah. Yeah, they're 2/2s, but if you hit like hitting a creature, let's see, I think there's 8 creatures in the deck. So hitting a creature is like, let's see, by now he's got, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's just say 40 cards left in the deck, and there's 3 already out. So there's 5 left. So 1 in 8 chance of hitting a creature on that Manifest Dread. So he's just turning all his spells and lands into dudes. Like that's super efficient because you get to a point where the lands are just going to be useless sitting in your hand, and so turning them into 2/2s is strong. And then if you hit like land spell, you just bend the spell because it powers up your Haughty Dijon and turn the land into a 2/2. So it's like it's a win-win no matter what. Oh yeah, that's way too late. Yeah, well, there is a Haughty Dijon he could take out, but there's already it's way too far gone for that card to even matter. That thing needed to have been on turn 1. If he would have had that turn 1, he would have been eating that stuff away, and then there wouldn't have been anything for Yasuka to even target. Well, that is so gross. 5 mana there, coming in for 5 with flying. Because Flood Caller is a 2/3, so there's no reason to swing it with Manifest. Manifest is going to sit there and be a wall or the little otter. So he had an up the beanstalk and another trainer trap or trap trainer or whatever the heck. I don't think that's going to do anything for him. Yeah, this one's going to go to Yasuka. I don't see, barring he's got 2 soul partitions. There's no way he gets the combo off and kills him. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, there's no way uh, Nathaniel's gonna get out of this. He's basically just casting spells to complete his quest. I'm playing. It's based on arena. But yeah, no, he there. This is all Yusuka now. I think Yusuka is just sitting back watching the deck. So if he comes across it again, he has a lot of known information now. Because I'm pretty sure he's sitting there like this game's over. There's no reason for me to even sweat. Because even if he does this town ain't big enough, he can Souls partition that spell, right? I think that's how Souls partition works. I think they'll target non-land permanent. Okay, so it has to be a permanent. Yeah. I was gonna say that'd be too broken to have it just be like, oh look, counter this spell by bouncing. Yeah, no. So yeah, anyways, with he would have to bounce one of the flyers, which would have to be Hadi Djinn. But even then, he's staring down a 3-turn clock with the Oculus. So he gets 3 mana from the Tarnation. So what do you do with that here? Like, does he do another? Does he? I think he's trying to do town ain't big enough. Get the prowess triggers. Yeah, I think what he's trying to do is pump up enough to be able to bushwhack the Hadi Djinn and then bounce the Oculus. Ghost Vacuum. Hmm. Yeah. Well, he's in a town right now. Yep. Yep. Oh wow, he just took a ton of damage. Huh. Is he bouncing a manifest token? Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, so he's gonna bounce the manifest token. Oh, interesting. Hmm. So we got 2 off Tarnation. I didn't realize that. So up to Beanstalk was exile with the Druid wasn't in play. Oh, gross, gross. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a way for him to be able to get out of this. Yeah, no, this is pretty much over now. Oof. I don't think he's got a way out of this, especially taking 11 damage. Like, I don't think he should have taken the damage. I think he should have fired it off in combat, and then he would have been a lot better suited to get around this second Oculus like this. Bushwhack. Oof. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah, you'd have to bounce the creature that gets target soul partition. Huh. So yeah, that was a whiff. Even then, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, he there you go. Alright, let's move it up. Let's see here. Bypass a lot of this and get to the next match here. Alright, so Jeskai Convoke. This is an interesting deck too. And then Gruul Delirium. I watched this one earlier. Well, I've seen both of these decks. They're relatively interesting. Um, Jeskai Convoke basically plays a ton of little dudes and convokes into the Knight of Eos, or I think that's what it's called, the one from March of the Machines. So if you convoke four, you look at the top six, and you can grab two creatures that cost X or less, depending on how many creatures you convoked. So it basically goes and gets some more creatures, another knight possibly, depending on if you do it with five, things like that. Gleeful Demolition helps you get a ton of dudes out quick. You've got a lot of these little one drops like Novice Inspector and Siren Spy to create these artifacts to Gleeful Demolition. Like it really you can power out a knight pretty quickly if you get. I think it's like turn two, turn three, depending on what you draw. Um, and then what do you call it? It has case case of the Gateway Express to kill off creatures, and then when you attack with three or more, which you can do really quickly. Now all your guys are 2/1s, which just closes out the game so quick. And so because they're explaining why they thought Jeskai Convoke was so good is because a lot of the decks were playing a lot of spot removal for decks for like the Cruel Prowess decks and things like that to interact with them. And because it makes so many small dudes, there's not a ton of sweepers. And so it's causing a lot of these Demir decks and other decks to struggle against this because of the going wide strategy versus just going all in with one creature. So yeah, there it is. Cases Gateway Express right there. And then it triggers at the end of turn if you attack with three or more creatures. So look, already it's solved. And now he's got a bunch of 2/1. Well, he's got a 2/2 novice and a bunch of 2/2 creatures or 2/1 creatures. So he's got 6 power on board on turn 3. Wow, he whiffed on breakout. That's wild. Oof. That's a sorcery, so it eats his turn. But I believe he has delirium now because he's got artifact, creature, and sorcery. So he's got delirium in line, so he can block with both of those guys. Yeah, he has to block because that's it's gonna put him to 9. Yeah, he can attack, but his opponent's at 14. He's at 9, and his opponent can just keep coming hard. Yeah, Aaron Tavios, not Knight of Eos. I don't know why I thought well, it is a knight, that's why I said that, but it's Aaron Tavios. But, oh, he's coming in hot. Oh, he took it. What? What's up, super fast? I'm surprised you're still awake. It's only, what, 11:30 over there? I'm pretty sure he has delirium unless I'm not thinking that is an instant, that first card. Probably a sorcery. It's analyze the no, it's not analyze the pollen. Violent urge is in the instant, now he's got delirium. No double strike? Oh, yeah, it's on cast that it'll check that, so hmm, yeah. 'Cause another violent urge will put it to 4, 10, 13. They'd be down to 4. Yeah, it'd be 10 plus 3, that's only 13. Yeah, you chump that one. He does it on the other one. Take 8, go to 9, and now it's a race. It's only for 8, so yeah, there it is. The face gallery gives +1 +0, so it's another so it's a total of 12 coming in. So, yeah, that's definitely, I don't agree with that, attack there. I think if you attack with 1 I think you attack with 1, if he declares no blocks, then you double urge, and you get 10 in, and it puts him down to 7, and then you still have somebody to block, but I think you still lose on the crackback because he flashes it in. Yeah, I think no matter what, he's kinda screwed there. So you'd have to leave both, and even if you leave both, I think you still lose, right? Because there's 5, 5, 3, 3 ones, so that's 15 minus yeah, no, that's exactly lethal still. So, yeah, no matter what, he was in a bad situation. Oh, man. And that's another reason why there's so many creatures in this deck that create those little artifacts is being able to Warden of the Inner Sky like that as soon as it drops. And then Torch the Tower is so good with stacking a map token to kill 3 to something, like, yeah, no, it's this deck is really strong, but if it doesn't draw well, and there's big creatures in it, like, if you don't draw that guy, Aaron Tavios, like, it is night. I guarantee you is if you draw him and you're drawing nothing but little dudes, like, you are just you're not going anywhere because eventually they drop Sheoldred or a bigger creature. They're just stopping all your little 1/1s. So you definitely need Knight Errant of the Oath. You definitely need Warden, and then Case of the Gateway. Like Case of the Gateway Express. Like if you can get that down and get it solved, you definitely make it a lot harder for your opponent. But there's still it's definitely one of those decks that you got to run really well. You got to string a lot of good plays together. You got to curve out well. So far, Willie's been curving good in this one. I think the only real reason why he's ahead as far as he is because his opponent's stumbling on land. If his opponent doesn't stumble on land, he's a lot better off. And Willie's just like, look at all my stuff. Like, look at that. Yeah. And then he's scrying. He's filtering his deck. He's drawing, into better options than his opponent while his opponent's stumbling on land. It's yeah. I feel for Marcus. I've been in those situations where you get a hand and you're like, it's a one lander. And if you look at his graveyard, he's got the creature exile and he's got like three other cards in there, all cost one. The Hive Mire's down for one. Like you would think, okay, everything's playable. I should rip a couple land, and he just gets whiffed, man. What's up, Hillbilly? Thanks for stopping by, man. Just watching some Pro Tour and giving my 2 cents. Yeah. I mean, you could sack it in response, right? Like, why wouldn't you sack it in response? Draw a card. Like, there's no like. Anyways, yeah, that's a feel bads right there. That Delirium deck it's a good deck. He just he ran so bad. Went to F&M, watched the draft part, and had to go. Nice. Oh, I will not be able to do the early Saturday Commander game, but I might be able to join you guys for the later night Commander game because the wife's going to go out for the night, and I'll be available after softball. So if you guys want to leave a spot for me. I can't stand Marshall Sutcliffe. I just don't like him. I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't like him. I'd rather have day 9 commentary. Like replace Marshall Sutcliffe with day 9, and you have the perfect team. That's just my opinion. So they're already into game 3. So you got Boros Enchantments and Domain Ramp. Okay, so I haven't seen this yet. That's really, really nice. I'm curious to see what this Boros Enchantments deck is. I already know Domain Ramp. Like it's attracts all that shenanigans. We all know Domain Ramp. That's nothing new. This Boros Enchantments, I believe this is the red white. This is like the red white version of prowess, but it's more of like ethereal armor and other stuff to really like pump in the damage, pump up the volume. But if I remember correctly, I think that's what the Boros enchantment deck is. The main ramps basically, yeah, up the beanstalk. God, what's that other card? Not Battle for Zendikar, but I'm sure they play it. It's the 7 mana. You can pay 2, discard it, gain 3 life, search for a land. God, why am I blanking on this card so hard? And then Domain, if you cast it, get 3/3 beast for each land type you have. Come on, chat, help me out. I know you guys know this card. I know as soon as I see it, I'm going to know the name. I've played it before. It's Yep, there's Manifold Mouse. That's a really strong card. Oh yeah, in case you guys haven't seen, I went to Costco tonight and I picked up this bad boy. Paid $25 for it. I'm gonna be breaking it apart and throwing it into the next pool game. Throwing the packs aside and then probably giving the commander deck away as a prize off the wheel for the next pool game. So that Commander Masters pack, the Bloomborough pack, and the March of the Machines pack will go into the random packs that can be opened. And then the promos will get put into the pool game, barring that they're not worth, ass now. So if they're not worth that much, then I'm probably just put them into the extra cards pile. But yeah, and it's the Divine Invocation one or Convocation or which one is it? It's Divine Convocation. Yeah, it's the good one. It's the good one out of the four. So I went looking for the Lord of the Rings ones, but they're not out yet. And so that one was there, and they've dropped. I think $20 cheaper than it was a while ago. Like I was gonna buy one of these, and then I was like, I'll wait. Like I really don't want to spend $45 for this. And then I went, and I'm like, oh, this is a deal. I'm gonna buy one. And then I got lucky tonight on Twiddler's game. I actually won a Nightmare bundle. So when that one comes in, that's the Nightmare bundle that's being given away for the 1,000K subs. So I spent $60 tonight for like $130 worth of value tonight. So I'm super stoked. So when I get that in, be on the lookout for the video for the 1K sub giveaway to drop, and I'll explain how you can get into it to win a Nightmare bundle. Because I did a poll. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. I did a poll to ask what people wanted for a 1K giveaway, and the majority of people voted for the Nightmare bundle. So that's what we're going to give away on the channel for the 1K subs. When we get to 1,500 subs, we'll do another giveaway. So, because right now we're currently at like 1,210. So we're less than 300 away from 1,500. So when we get to 1,500, we'll do another giveaway. But yeah, 1K, we're giving away that Nightmare bundle. So got one on its way and super stoked. So, and then getting another pool game up and ready to do. I'm going to be, so if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe so you can be on the lookout for the poll, because I'm going to be posting a poll asking people uh, what they think will be the best option for the next pool game. So, like, are you guys willing to pay $4 a pool and like $7 shipping? So you pay like a one-time flat fee of $7 for shipping and then $4 for pool, or there'll be a bunch of options to choose from. So I want to see what everyone wants to do, and whatever gets the most votes, that's how we're going to run the next pool game. And then we'll have prizes and other things. I have a regular Duskmore bundle that'll be given away. That commander deck and some other stuff will be given away as prizes for the wheel. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel so that you get those notifications when those videos go live, to know about the giveaways, the pool games, the live streams like this that I do. I also play Arena and other things. So we do a lot on this channel. We do a lot of fun shit. We do a lot of giveaways and other things. So um, enough with chilling out the channel. Let's get back to the game. So like I said, he's got the ethereal armor on there, pumping up the mouse. Not surprised by that. It is a very Voltron-y deck. Just go all in on one creature and hope to get there against your opponent. I believe Greg Orange played Domain Ramp in the last Pro Tour or last couple Pro Tours that he was in. And I believe he even top aided. Oh, no. I might be confusing that with Modern or Pioneer. But he does play Domain in a lot of the different formats, so that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, no, he good player. You know, nothing. I have nothing bad to say about any of these players really. But he's a very strong player. He does very well at these events. So it's looking pretty grim for Greg here. Like he's got to draw like a leyline binding to deal with this Hearthfire hero, because he can't just outright kill it, because it's going to put him down to 1. Ah, see, he's going to destroy evil, and that kills him. Yep, yep, he's dead. Yeah, and that's the deal with Hearthfire hero. It's so good. Um, that's why like the Gruul Prowess deck is doing so well is because I watched Jean GED John DePraz. He literally like killed his opponent in one turn by dealing 18 points of damage. He's like pack for six, uh, Callous Swordsman, the Heartfire hero you for six, and then when it dies, deal another six and you're dead. 18 damage like that. Like, and that's why they banned the labor. It made it so easy. Let's go over here. They have a foundation commercial because it's already. Hmm. So SDG Con Atlanta. It's a big qualifier event to the next Pro Tour. Let's see where the next. Here we go. Go to the next match with Eli. Yeah, John Emmanuel DePraz. Like here he is, 6-0, dude. This and he's the only guy that beat uh, Simon Nielsen earlier, the Danish destroyer. Um, so yeah, like I was watching some of the games with Simon Nielsen. Like, dude, the guy looked like he was gonna lose, and just out of nowhere pulls the win out. Like, the guy's. I mean, like they say, better lucky than good sometimes. But the guy was just on fire. All right, so here's the deck. Yeah, basically, you got the swordsman. Basically, what they're doing is pumping the crap out of this guy, swordsing, using the swordsman to fling at their opponent and then deal the last bit of damage with his ability. I mean, you can obviously come in with Ember Heart and Slick Shot and do the same thing. Cackney Scamp is the same exact as Heartfire. Like the deck is just so powerful, so powerful. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. Only because this one's playing two versions of Get Lost. It's not playing Soul's Petition unless it's in the board. And he's got double negate, which I don't know if I like that. Although I am gonna have to screenshot these later and go back because I am screenshotting a lot of these deck lists. So I'm gonna do a probably like a deck analysis on a lot of these decks. Um, do some videos for deck analysis for the World Championship for Standard. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to go through. I'm going to break down the decks. I'm going to go over them, what they're using, what the win cons are, all these different things. So if you want to build them on Arena, what to do with them, how to play them, what to look for if you're playing against the deck. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for these deck decks that are coming out. All right. Did they? I thought they were going to show. Here it is. All right. Here it is. Here it is. Let's get to it. Here we go. Let's back it up a little bit here. Oh, what's happening? There we go. I want to watch the actual beginning of the match here. I don't. Let's skip through the fluff, right? Let's skip through the fluff. All right. So game one. Every time I've watched Minute of Pros play this deck, he's like always had Leyline. It's insane. Um, I was trolling the chat earlier when this was live, putting in these games are rigged. They're not rigged. I know they're not rigged. It was a joke. It just seems like they just run so good. But you have to win these tournaments. Like I've been in tournaments where that happens. Like I've been that player that just runs super hot. It doesn't. Everything you do, you can do no wrong. It's a really weird. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's not a feeling. It's more of like a. It's just like being in the zone. Like you're just in the zone and you're so in tune with the deck and with how to play and the other decks you're playing against. And you just get into this like it's almost like the movie Limitless, where you're just seeing everything clearly and you just dominate. Like it's insane to see it from this side of it, to watch the other people doing it, because I know what they're going through. And it's almost like you're just like time stands still. It's insane. It's a weird feeling, and then before you know it, you're just like I won the tournament. Like, this is insane. So yeah, it's really cool to watch it from this side and not being in it as the player. So yeah, no, like Emmanuel Praz is a great player. Like I watched him win the last Worlds. His opponent's tapped out. This is gonna be oof. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. He's at 8 right now. That's 60. If he can get one more point of damage and Kellis swordsman him, that would be game. But I don't think he's got that. So yeah. Yeah, that's a total of 8, putting him to 10. Oh, it's 7. 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Should be 8, but maybe I'm miscounting something. All right, Tortoise. Good night, man. See you in the morning. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Should have been 8. Maybe I'm missing something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Mm. Anyways, they took it into the flood mall, which is, and this is what I was talking about with some of these decks. They're running a lot of the spot removal, whether it be bounce spells, kill spells, whatever. It really, it just tries to mitigate these all-in strategies on one creature. Yeah, yeah. Blue white does not have a ton of interaction. I mean, it does have get lost, but again, it's a spot removal card. Yeah, and having 2 creatures, that's a lot to deal with because then you can counteract by going to the other creature. So he was telling him that he's resolving the Emberheart trigger first. I think it's interesting that there's only 3 players in the entire tournament that are running Leyline, and it's like, if the card was good enough to get banned, why won't you run it if you're allowed to play in this tournament? Like, I mean, look at it, he's 6-0 with the deck. Well, let me take that back, he's 3-0 with the deck because he 3-0'd draft. But the thing is the card's getting banned for a reason. It is super powerful, super oppressive. I think if they would have brought the card out, Leyline of Resonance, and said this triggers once per turn, it would still be playable, but it wouldn't be as broken as it is. Even if you gave it 2 times per turn, I think it's still too strong. I think it would have had to have been 1 per one. It only triggers once per turn. Um, yeah, it's just so gross. Yeah, turn inside out, but he's gonna bounce it with the into the flood maw. So you target that, and you target the creature that isn't being blocked. Oh, oh, okay. Huh. Ah, that's a good play. Okay, I like how he doubled up on the one that's killing the Hadidajan, so that if he bounces that one, yeah, his Hadidajan lives, but then he takes damage from the one getting through that isn't blocked. But if he bounces any other one, his Hadidajan dies, and he doesn't. Yeah, it was a pretty smart play of him doubling up there because then if he does it that way, they're gonna trade no matter what. But putting it there, he at least pushes 3 damage through on that block while keeping another one. It's a really interesting interaction. I like how he played this out because it still puts a lot of pressure on Eli because there's he can block the a 2/2, but he still dives to everything else. If he blocks this one, he's got 2/2/2s coming in. There's an Oculus. So the Oculus is out. It's gonna manifest. So now he has a bunch of blockers out. And I wouldn't be surprised if he double blocks I wouldn't be surprised if he double blocks the 2 pick locks onto the Ember Heart Challenger, and then puts a Manifest Dread in front of a Manifest, and then puts the Abhorrent Oculus in front of um, another one. There's another Ember Heart Challenge. Okay, so now he can't do the double block. Oh, this is yeah, so I think you gotta put the 5/5 in front, yep, in front of the 3/3. Put there, put there, and then the Monstrous Rage just kills him. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh! 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 Oh my goodness, and then he pumps them both. Yeah, there was just nothing he could do. That's just JD just had everything. He's just like, "I had all these." Like, "You're dead." Oh my gosh! So, I'm not joking when I say this. Every match I've watched him play, he's had Leyline turn 0 every single game. Now I get it, there's 4 in the deck, right? You got 60 cards in the deck. You're gonna draw 7, at least 53 left in the deck. You've got a 1 in 15 chance of getting one in your well, it's probably a little bit different math than that, but 1 out of 15 cards is gonna be a ley line, right? And if you're drawing 7, that's about I might be bad at math, but I would say that's about a 30 to 40% chance to have one in your starting hand, and he's had one almost every single time he's been on camera. I mean, he's just running good. That's like 10 times in a row. Like, I mean, statistically, the numbers should play out this way, but there are, the chances of it just running heads, 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 heads. So, I mean, that's why running good in these tournaments is part of winning them. The other part is playing really well with what you're given. That's insane. Whew, that's wild that he keeps getting leyline on turn 0. Yeah, that 1 point of damage is crucial, though. Every time you take 1, every time, it's like you're just oof, you're just getting closer to death. I like how he's organized his graveyard, that's pretty funny. It's a really good idea. Oh, bunch of pick locks, but he's not getting anything of any real, like he's trying to get a helping hand or recommission or something to get to that thing, and it's just not working for him. Yeah, yeah, he's gotta cast that. He's gotta cast that helping hand off of the foundling of the 3rd path. If he can get there, then, he should be okay. So here's the helping hand, he's gonna get to Oculus. But the thing is I don't think Deprez has a way to deal with it. So his way is he's gotta start getting some, what do you call it? He's gotta start getting some pump spells here to really start putting some damage in. Because if he doesn't, um, Eli's gonna win this game. Yeah, yep. There's a paw patch. Didn't realize he had that in town. I didn't see it over there. But yeah, paw patch. That card's been stupid good. A lot of people have been playing that card. Yeah, this ley line of resonance turns Might of the Meek almost into a red ancestral recall. Like that is ridiculous, right? Like, hey, 1 mana, draw 2 cards. Like that's even better than preordain, ponder. Like it's better than any blue card. Yeah, you have to have 2 cards out, but every single one of your draw card effects become draw 2 cards. Like that is just wild. I mean, I don't see why he doesn't pack for 2 here. Emberheart, okay. So Ely has a chance here because Depraz is getting mana flooded. But the biggest problem is he's got that overprotect, and that can really do some damage. If Ely tries to, let's say he tries to recommission the Oculus and then leave the Oculus to block, like he could really blow Ely out with a block when Ely blocks. So we know he's going to recommission here. I wonder if he's going to sleight of hand first. Oh, he's got a split up. Interesting. So split up. Um, yeah, I think he split up. Having that split up is pretty good in my opinion. Oh, yeah. 'Cause he can oof, we'll see. That overprotect is really good if he and he draws a monstrous rage. Yeah, this game's over. Yeah, this game's over. He can overprotect both the Cackney Scamps, then monstrous rage them, and it's over. I mean, Into the Flood Maw is basically unsummoned, but not as good. In the situation that it has to be a creature, well, unsummoned, yeah, but I mean, it is good in the fact that you can do a non-land permanent, but it's basically unsummoned. Yeah, no, he's got this. I mean, that's why this ley line was banned. It's just so good. Double monstrous, overprotect. You fire off the monstrous first because if he's got the unsummon, then you pop the overprotect and it's just completely game over. Hmm. I don't know that I like him not going for the overprotect. I mean, I guess having the third Cackney Scamp makes it to where it's like, okay, you either have a way to block both my creatures next turn, or you just lose. Like, I think Ely's gotta have he's got a sleight of hand into a Flood Maw, split up, killing, you know, yep, kill one of the creatures and then head into the Flood Maw. I think oh, man, but he has the overprotect, so it doesn't matter because he can just overprotect the creature that gets bounced or overprotect the creature that's gonna die and then just come in hot. I mean, he could split up and bring back the Oculus. Yep. He has to kill the Cacophony. Oh, yep. Mhm. Yeah, he's got him no matter what. Oh, Manuel is just he's ripping through this tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if the finals are him and Simon Nielsen. Both of those guys are running super hot in this tournament. All right, what match is next? Here, let's see. Here's another matchup. So you got Golgari range and Demir Demons. I have not seen this Golgari mid range yet, so this is interesting. Let's go ahead and look at this. I've seen Demir Demons. That's a decent deck. I believe Golgari mid range is just the older Golgari deck where it was like Glissa, lots of kill spells. Maybe it plays Veraska with the combo with Innkeeper. I think it's that deck. I could be wrong, but I believe it's still that deck. No, that's interesting. The only problem is who's casting Doomsday Executioner? Like I feel like that card is super hard to cast. 6 black. You're playing Demir, like yeah. You're playing things like Fountain Port, like you really you're really casting that thing that quick? Or with 6 black? Like that seems really tough. Ooh, that's a whiff on a duress there. Gefilte fish. So he's got 2 mana until Executioner. The only problem I have with making the fish and, like, keep going on the I mean, you do this whole thing of, like, 1 and then 2 damage and then 3 damage and then 4 damage. That's 10 total damage. Then you make another one, you're down to 15 onto them. They're down to 5. Huh. I think at this point huh. You can still cast the Mastermind here. Ooh, that's pretty good. In a duress. Yep. Because now Archfiend just he can't kill the Archfiend. He's gotta he's got a cut down. He's got the um, exile card that doesn't do anything. Archfiend is just gonna start ticking away, but he's gonna start beating face. Yeah, this is now a race because you can keep making food tokens with the cottage, and he's just gotta outlive the demon long enough, but the thing is if he makes it into a creature and his opponent's got a kill spell, which I think he does, he now loses 2. So he makes the token. I think what you do here is you gotta flash in both the masterminds. You gotta flash in both masterminds. Yeah, he'll be able to cut 1 down, but you make it to where you're dealing 8 damage now. Like, you gotta put a harder clock on him. Yeah. Yeah, I think you do the double mastermind here, make him fire off a cut down, and then you gotta go into the executioner on your turn. Yep, there it is. Double mastermind, fire off a cut down. Yep, and then he untaps. Let's see what he draws. So he's in for 8, puts his opponent to 9. There's the executioner. Okay, so he's giving his opponent saying, "Hey, you got 1 turn. You got 1 turn." Because 1 food token puts him to 12, and he's got 12 power on the board, even if he uses that affliction on the mastermind, he still has to find 1 more removal spell. And if he plays Lily, you just sack the Archfiend. Oof. Yeah. See? Yeah, he just couldn't find an answer in those last 6. Well, shit, I was wrong. I was like, "I don't see this executioner coming down," but I guess it plays well, every land source that isn't like a fountain port is probably producing black in some way. And yeah, there's blue, but I think you're not playing very many islands, if any. There's a Glypha. Yeah. Over the Throat seems to be probably gonna be taken every single time because it's just a hard kill spell. I like it Anoint with Affliction. It's a really good card, for, like, Heartfire Hero and a couple because I've been playing it in the black decks that I play, to deal with Heartfire Hero, Cackney Scamp, things like that. It's one card we haven't seen a lot of in this Pro Tour is Virtue of Persistence. None of the black decks are playing Virtue, which I find very interesting. I don't understand Caustic Bronco. I guess it's like a very bad, Dark Confidant, and you don't have to Dark Confidant, you know what I mean? Like, it gets in, it gets in. If not, you don't have to take that damage. Oof, always feels good to hit a land on Dark Confidant, right? Thin out those land draws, don't take any damage, like, just winning. It's a Snorse, of course. So this is round 7 that we're watching right now. Uh, we got one more round after this. So you go for the throat on it, yeah, because his opponent's just getting too much card advantage. Sometimes you just gotta kill a 2/2 that's giving out a ton of card advantage. It feels bad, you're just like, "Man, I wish I could cut down or something on it," but yeah, you gotta burn a go for the throat. Mm. Duress, yep. Duress, take duress. No, you take the go for the throat. 100%. Yeah. Especially if you got, like, nothing but creatures, that's solid. Your opponent have a dead card, and then you're just like, "Look at that." Yeah, I believe he's got a cut down. This is gonna be a problem for Adrian here if he can't draw a spell. Ooh, you take the annoying. So at this point, if he's got yeah, I Terra Sunder takes your Archfiend off, but you make your opponent, like, uh okay, so he's gonna flash it in. I bet you he attacks. If he chooses the mode to draw a card and lose a life, flash it in the Fairy Mastermind and hope your opponent doesn't have a kill spell. Yep. So in response to the trigger, flash in the Mastermind, draw an extra card, and now he's baiting him to have to use the Terra Sunder or let him draw a card. And so now he's yep. There goes the Terra Sunder. Okay. Yep. And now he gets to draw a card. He doesn't. And now his Archfiend is free to come down unless he rips a good spell here. Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. He can do that. The ability goes on the stack, and then you flash in the Mastermind on top of it. Let Mastermind come in. If the ability resolves, Mastermind's going to trigger, draw him the card. Yep. Yeah. So there's Dross. So now he's putting him on a clock. How do you lose the game? I would not be chump blocking with that thing. Oh, because you can remove the counters. That's right. Yep, you have to chump with it. Oof. Yeah, we're going to game 3. There's no reason for this to keep going. There we go. Yeah, because if you don't block, he removes 3 counters, it's down to 1, go to your turn, it goes to 0, you lose the game. So, it's like yeah. I yeah, I don't know. That's brutal. So he's gonna take shoot the sheriff here, unless, well, because 'cause he's got Caustic Bronco to gain some life, he's got or not gain some life, gain some cards. So, God, that's rough. Do you take Duress? You take Shoot the Sheriff? You take Annex? Like yeah, it's interesting because it's like you well, I can't see what he has. I mean, he has a Go for the Throat, he has a Liliana, it looks like. Is that a Liliana? Yeah, it's a Liliana, Go for the Throat. So it's like, do you take the Duress? Shoot the Sheriff can't kill your Liliana, and you can kill the Caustic with Liliana. Um It's either annex or duress, but I think you take the duress here. So one, your opponent doesn't get to see your hand, and two, you get to keep your stuff protected. And you can shoot the sheriff, doesn't kill anything. It doesn't kill Lily, and you can take the Bronco out with either go for the throat or Lily. Mm. I think I would have taken the duress, only because there's still another 2 turns before that thing comes in. What's up, DJ Longhair? You guys are living it up in Vegas. Super jelly. Yeah, you definitely have to jam Bronco out. Like he turned one to rescue, like, and he took the annex. So obviously he's probably wanting to keep the advantage fair. Ooh, and then he rips another duress. All right, this time you take the duress. Oof. And he rips a duress. Dang. Yeah, you take the lily here. What kind of Bronco is it? It's a caustic Bronco. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that you get to caustic. Ah, I got it. Took me a second, but I got it there, caustic. Good job. Good job there, bud. Yeah, you. I saw you met the professor in Rosewater. That's pretty cool, man. It's a caustic Bronco, and it's a source. How you guys doing tonight? Did you guys have fun? I'm sure you guys did. I don't know why I even fucking asked that. I'd be having a blast over there. I was telling TCG dude, he got on earlier. I was like, I am definitely starting a Vegas fund starting today, and just starting to save money for next year Vegas. Like I am going hell or high water. Like I will be there. I ADA'd my way through there. TCG was evasive today. Yeah, I was here and I was watching Discord and all that stuff with the chats and everything and everybody talking. So I was in on a lot of the loops. And then on top of that, I was watching some of the lives and seeing how you guys were doing, and also watching the Pro Tour. I'm catching up on the last like 2 hours that I didn't see, and just kind of commentating it and stuff, getting ready to, getting my things set up in a way to where when I do the top 8 this weekend, I'm commentating the top 8 and my thoughts and everything. So for people that didn't go and people that actually care to watch standard actually is pretty healthy right now. Um, I'm thoroughly surprised uh, and pleasantly surprised with how diverse standard is, even with Gruul prowess in there. I think the banning of Leyline really helped that, and there's a lot of diversity in the format. So I felt like Marcio had a really good advantage in the beginning here, but that Caustic Bronco has really been doing work getting those extra cards going. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Yeah, he still has shot the sheriff, so I don't think he wants to burn it on that Caustic Bronco. He has the night outs of that Mothwort Knight or whatever is gonna be able to block it pretty well. Mothwood Dread Knight, yeah. And it gives him the ability to draw into more cards. So uh, Adrian's definitely he's gotta find a way to deal with that night. Oh, I'll saddle it, baby. I'll be right there riding it on you. I mean, with you. Wait, I don't know. We'll figure it out. With my snake. I don't know if you guys caught Steam Twiddler's stream, but, I did pretty good tonight. I won a Nightmare bundle on there, so, yeah, I'm super stoked, super happy with that. I'm channeling my inner Vegas here with some playing card and just shuffling. We'll roll for who's on top. No, I'm a power bottom. Roll for initiative. We are getting married tomorrow. I'm sure you think that. I don't think she thinks that. So Adrian's fading fast in this matchup. I mean, he's got the Restless Reef here, and Marcio doesn't have mana to activate the Restless Cottage. So, I mean, Cosmic Bronco is gonna help him draw into some more cards, hopefully, unless oh, shoot the sheriff. I think he already burned it. No, I think he's been saving it for that Restless Reef, but he might have to burn it here for that Bronco. Just don't have OJ ride the Bronco, and we'll be fine. Too soon? Alright, guys, come on. Make a play here. Come on, Judge, step in. Get that slow play going. There we go. Yeah. Go for the throat. Definitely needed to get rid of that thing. He's only got one ooh, ooh, alright. Now he's got his own Bronco coming in. I told you, he's starting to fade. He's gotta draw some gas here. He's gotta get, like, an Unholy Annex or something here. Oh, man. There we go. Does he get around that? Uh-oh. Alright, here we go. Does he rip? Does he rip? What's he got? He really needs an Unholy, now this is a very close game. It's gonna be interesting to see who rips off the top here because I think they're both in top deck mode, to be honest. I think, Marcio is holding some dead cards there, like a cut down. Oof. Yeah, that demon's got a force block. Ooh, he got 3 land off the top for him, so he's really helping him be able to dig. That's always bad when you're in a matchup like this and you're both in kind of that top deck mode and you go to mill your opponent with something like that and you hit like 4 land off the top. Oh, it's so bad because you're like, "Man, they would have bricked 4 turns in a row." Like, that's just it's it just makes you like, oh. So I think his opponent thinks it's an unholy annex over there. Yeah. So if he doesn't get a demon into play, he's pretty much dead in my opinion. Yeah. If he doesn't get a demon or he doesn't get rid of this enchantment here, he's pretty much done for. Because he can activate, let's see, one, two, three, four, activate. He'd have to draw another land and activate the food token to stay alive through the unholy annex. But he still has to find a way to. Well, he has the Bronco to block the second reef because he can reef. He can kill the one reef, the one ring, the one reef, with the Anoint with Affliction. But then he's still got the second reef to deal with. Adrian's in a really good position here. Ooh, he's gonna attack with it. Ooh, ooh, oh! Wow, you got lucky there, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. So he's got a lot of blocks here. Well, this is where you got to fire up the reef because he's just not drawing land here. He's drawing nothing but land. If you fire up the reef, he's going to double block. I mean, you have to. There's just nothing you can do. You got to fire in the reef and hope that he just doesn't have a way to sustain because he's got one card in hand. I don't know what it is. Hmm. Well, he doesn't need a demon. 100%. He could play the land, tack with the cottage. No, no, no. You play the land, you fire up the cottage. Ooh, we found a demon. Ooh, I don't know. Can't attack with the Broncos, man. You'll die. You're playing with fire if you think you're gonna hit something because you got unholy annexes in the deck, which is what? That's 3 plus that's 8 damage. Then you got archery in the draw. That's another 4 damage. Yeah, the only thing that can come in is the Mosswood, but even then, he just activates the land, blocks it, it dies. So he just has to hold everything back and have his opponent on 2 turn clock because um, his opponent has no flyers, and he's just got to hope that his opponent bricks 2 turns in a row. Actually, just 1 turn. If his opponent bricks 1 turn, he'll be fine. And Adrian's already cast 2 Duress, 3 Archfiends of the Dross, 2 Caustic Broncos. Oof. So those Broncos are just blockers. Fish. He's playing with him, he's making it look like he had a kill spell. That's funny. That's something I would do. And it's a good strategy from Adrian to do that because then it might make his opponent flinch, to be like, "Oh, well, I got this play," and that gives information to Adrian to be like, "Ah, so you got this, okay." Okay, here we go. Big draw step here. Another big draw step, and it's a duress. And that's the problem with duress. Like, it's good in the early game, but it's terrible in the late game. And it's one of those cards that you gotta play 4 of, so you see it early on, but then it just clogs up the deck, and you're just drawing bricks in the late game. So, I mean, it's one of those double-edged sword cards. Like, it's really, really good in certain scenarios, which is in the early game when you're disrupting the combo deck, or you're disrupting your opponent from having a kill spell. But then you get in there in the late game and you draw something like that, it's a complete brick. It does nothing. Manlands is a cottage industry. Alright, let's see if there's another game here. Oh, okay, so there's only 7 rounds today, so 3 and 4, so that's the end. Alright, so yeah, the only undefeated is the Jean Emmanuel Depraz. Looks like Simon Newton lost another one later on. So he's 5 and 2. Let's see, Eli 5 and 2, Willie. So all of these guys are into day 2. Um, I think it's 12 and 2 is guaranteed top 8. 12 wins is a guaranteed in. So if he wins 5 more tomorrow, if he's 3-0 his draft and wins the next series, a shoe in. Doesn't even have to finish the last 2 rounds. Um, let's see, who else is in? Alexander Hayne, Shuhei Nakamura, which he's, his signature is on this map back here. Ooh. All right, so that's it for the gameplay of this for today. Well, I'll pick up with some more stuff tomorrow here. But let me go ahead and blow myself up real quick. So yeah, like I said, the format super diverse right now. It's actually really healthy in my opinion, looking really good. So I'm super excited to start getting into some more gameplay with standard and all that. But coming up, guys, we got another pool game coming up soon. I will get details on this. I'm waiting for a shipment from Twiddler to come in because there's some stuff going into the pool game from that. I also picked up this thing tonight. I'm going to be breaking this thing apart. The commander deck is going to go into the pool game as a wheel prize. Those packs are going to go put into the pack part of it for whenever you pull the pack card. They'll get mixed in. I also got some stuff coming in from DJ to go into the pool game. There's a spicy core 2021 collector booster that I got to figure out what to do with, and some other packs and things coming in. So yeah, be on the lookout for details of that. There's also going to be a poll posted soon about how we want to do this pool game as far as cost. How much do you guys want to pay for per pool? shipping, things like that to kind of get that out there. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for the 1K giveaway video. I've got a nightmare bundle coming in because that's going to be the giveaway for the 1K subs on the channel. So we're going to be giving away a nightmare bundle to somebody, a subscriber. And what else do we got going on? We got a raffle. $2 per donation gets you a ticket. So every $2 you donate gets you one ticket into the raffle. You can buy as many tickets as you want. This commander deck back here is going to be in the raffle. There's an Emrakul Borderless World, the new foil that's in the raffle. There's a bunch of other cards and prizes and stuff in the raffle. I haven't set a date on when we're going to do that, but I'm still selling tickets for that. It's going to be physical tickets that we pull out of a box with your name on it. God, what else is there? There's just so much stuff going on. I finally got everything shipped out. It should be on its way. I know a lot of people have been getting it recently. You should have already gotten it soon. Yeah, there's just so much stuff going on right now on the channel. So I will be doing videos, pre-recorded videos for deck techs for all of the good, for the top 8 deck lists. If there's multiple ones, I'll just pick one. Like if there's 3 Dimir Demons, we'll just pick one and go over it. So you see the strategy of it. We'll be going over spoilers for foundations. I mean, there's so much stuff coming out, right? So many videos to record, so many lives to do. Just if you're not a subscriber, subscribe so that you get the notifications for those. You can join the Discord, you can join the Patreon. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you want to do the easiest thing to support this channel, watch the videos. If we get up to enough watch hours, we will be able to unlock memberships and super chats, which will be amazing for the channel. And I will be doing member-only content once we get that unlocked. I am also in the works of doing some other stuff that will be supplied into the members-only content and a lot of other stuff. So I'm super busy with a lot of behind the scenes for this channel. But I appreciate all of the love and support of the channel that you guys have been showing. But with that, I'm going to be getting off for the night. I will see you guys in the morning. I will be doing a draft and playing some arena tomorrow morning, probably about 7 a.m.-ish Pacific Standard Time. So all of you out in Vegas, you can get some early morning drafting tips and tricks before you go do your side events or whatever events you're in with draft for Duskmorn. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys like I always leave you. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, day, wherever it is in the world you are. But most importantly, everybody, stay syrupy, my friends.